Going on, everybody? Tyra Lynch here, riding for Slipstream Autosports with the AMR Motorsports team for the 2024 season at the Australian Superbike Championship. Just jumping on here to give everyone a bit of a recap of our weekend. Pretty unbelievable, to be totally honest. First proper outing on the Superbike, and had a test outing last weekend at the South Australian Victorian titles at the Bend Motorsport Park a week ago. So everything, I think this weekend went pretty well, considering everything was pretty rushed and we put it all together super last minute. Very happy with the weekend. Mixed conditions, just like last year on Saturday. It was a little bit easier to do what we did last year on the 600. The Superbike is a completely different animal to ride in the rain. So that to me was the first time I've ridden the bike in the rain. So that was a massive learning experience in its own. Sort of being chucked in the deep end and having to sort of go for it was a bit. To be honest, I was sort of shitting my pants a little bit, but we made the most of it. It was a super productive weekend. I can't thank my team enough, and I cannot thank Jed Metra and Stewie Whitten enough for Stewie loaned me a shock, and Jed just with his understanding with the YC, and then Stewie's general understanding of the Motec and the YC as well. That helped us make massive leaps forwards. Helping us find a base setting essentially, and Stewie's got a lot of knowledge. I've got a lot of respect for Stewie, and basically everything he asked us to do, we did, and it helped us make a massive step forwards. Not only in my confidence with the bike, but my confidence in myself as well. So, massive thank you to those boys. Massive thanks to Riley Sims for coming. He came along. He was just there for the ride, and made the most of the weekend. Helped us get everything sorted. And as usual, massive thanks to my girlfriend, Hayley, and both my parents. They fucking busted their ass on the weekend, man. I've never seen them, one, so stressed, or two, have to work so hard. We were a little bit low on numbers on the weekend just due to circumstances. But, we'll be better prepared for the next round. It was just, life happens, and we have to do things sometimes. But to be totally honest, massive thanks to the whole team. Everyone did a stellar job. We set a target for the weekend of doing a 32.9. That was my target by the last lap, last race. If I could do a 32.9, I was going to be really happy. And to be honest, if I did that at some point in the weekend, I would have been happy to just put the bike in the trailer and go like, okay, we've made improvements. But in the first race, I managed to do a 32.5, which it's still a long ways off the front boys. But I was very happy and like super pleased with being able to just pull that lap time out. Like I said before, Stewie and Jed got the bike feeling awesome, and that gave me the opportunity and the confidence to push that little bit harder to get that lap time. I know for a fact, like the bike as it is, you could put any rider on it that's up the front of the moment, like Mike and crew. They obviously have the factory Yamahas working absolutely perfect, but you could put them on my bike and they're still going to go two or so seconds faster than I'm going at the moment, maybe even more. And that's just an experience thing. I've got a lot of respect for the riders in the class that I'm up against at the moment. They're majority of them, like I'm literally going to say 90% of that class, like everyone up that front part of that group they're world-class riders. You've got people that race MotoGP and all the rest of it, and I've got a lot of respect for everybody, and it was just good to be able to be out there and learn from them. That was the most important thing, like just being able to do laps with them, and sort of, even though I could only keep up with them for a couple of corners, it gave me the opportunity to sort of look and understand where I'm lacking from an experience standpoint, just on the bike as well. And as most of you know, I had a wrist injury in January. I hadn't ridden a bike since the Bend in November, December. So it's been 4 or 5 months or 4 months up until last weekend when we rode at the Bend at the state titles. And then so my bike fitness is definitely lacking, and that was a massive, like that showed in the first race, especially in the dry, where I sort of about lap 7, which is, not even half race distance most of the time, I started to fatigue pretty bad in my left arm. So that's something that I'm going to have to work on. And that's just going to take time. So I think all in all, we did pretty well. We ended up with a P15 in race 1, P13 in race 2. That was in the rain. So I felt like if we had the second bike ready, the second race would have gone a lot differently, because we could have just softened the bike up a little bit and made changes. We sort of betted on it being dry, and then it rained. So hopefully next time we'll have a second bike for the rain situation, because I know for a fact that I can definitely take to the boys in the rain if the bike's set up how I like it in the wet. And now after getting that race under my belt and understanding more of how the bike works in the rain and how the horsepower is to manage, I was definitely confident in the rain. I just sort of couldn't push any harder, and obviously it's important for us this year to just finish shiny side up every session, not crash the bike, and take as much info and data as we can out of everything, so we understand how we can further improve. So that way next year we can have a 110% assault on the championship and make sure that we're ready to fight. So that's just my. I'm sorry to drag it on so long. I was told by Ivan 60-second video, and I was like, mate, I can't recap everything in 60 seconds. So he said less than 10 minutes. So this is pretty good, I think. But yeah, massive thank you to everyone. I'm sure Ivan might change some stuff out of this because he doesn't want it to be this long, but. Just huge shout out to everyone. Huge shout out to Michelin. Doug and Alex from Michelin did a massive job all weekend on the tyres. The Michelin tyres are fantastic. I cannot fault them. I'm really excited to sort of get more knowledge and understanding with the Superbike so I can further, I can do a better job for them. So yeah, massive thanks to all my supporters and everyone that's backing us and just everyone that's involved. And we'll see you all after. We'll see you all soon, and we'll give you some updates of what's coming up and what we're doing and all the rest of it, and keep you all in the loop. Cheers. Ciao.